What's up, my people? Joel from Technological here, back with another video, and today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to show off my huge, awesome Nintendo Switch physical game collection. I have about 44 physical games in total, and the way I wanted to just go through this video is just go through all of my games that I currently own physically, and kind of just give a quick little 1 or 2 sentence review on each of them if I recommend them to you guys out there, and just my quick thoughts on all of them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, no gameplay here, just kind of just talking more about all the games I've collected over the years. I love the Nintendo Switch. It's probably my favorite console of all time, so I kind of made an effort to collect as many physical games as possible. So let's start off. We're gonna go alphabetically here, and we're gonna start off with Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. This is a really fun game. I enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of all the Assassin's Creed games, especially the original ones. I'm not too much of a big fan of the open world ones that they have now. I'm more of a classic Assassin's Creed guy. So I really enjoyed this. It comes with the Assassin's Creed Liberation as well, which was, I believe, a PSP or Vita game only. So it's cool to have that on the Switch now. Really fun, good time. It's still pretty cool to play a game that I remember playing on the Xbox 360 and things like that, and now you can play it portably on the Nintendo Switch. It still feels really good to play, and I enjoyed it. Not a lot of people like 3, but I really like 3. So I would recommend this if you find it on sale sometime. I usually find it around like 20 bucks or 15 bucks, something like that. I believe I paid around $20 for it, and I do not regret it at all. Great game. Recommend. Next up, we have Axiom Verge. Another great game. I really like this game. It's a Metroidvania. It is really difficult at times, but it's worth going through it. Very old school vibes. Reminds me of like old school like NES or SNES game. Very good. I haven't played the sequel yet, but I heard the sequel changes a lot of things, so I'm not sure if I'll like it. But I really enjoyed this game, and I definitely recommend this one as well. After that, we have Cave Story. This is a classic. I remember I picked this up right around the Nintendo Switch launch. It does come with a physical booklet as well, which is pretty cool, and a CD disc that has like the soundtrack, I believe. So it's kind of cool. You know, a lot of the times the Switch games don't come with many things in their case. Is usually pretty bare bones, so it's nice to have that. Cave Story is a classic game. If you've never played it before, it's really good. Very old school platform game. Highly recommend. I'm not sure if you're able to get this anymore physically, but if you can, I would pick it up. Really cool. Love it. After that, we have Dead Cells. Dead Cells is another great game. I'm sure you guys have heard of this one. Very hard, roguelike. As you can see, it says challenging right at the back, challenging foes. It's a Roguevania, they're calling it. So it is a Metroidvania and roguelike. Basically, when you die, you die. You start off all the way in the beginning. This game is really fun. I believe it actually came with a little art book as well, yep. And cool physical edition. It is available on the eShop a lot as well, and they've come up with a ton of DLCs, like a Castlevania DLC and all that. I really enjoy this game. I actually have never fully beaten it because it's very hard and I get frustrated. But anytime that I want to get like the quick fix, I usually play either this or Hades, and I could play those games for hours at a time. So I highly recommend this one as well. Next up after that, we have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for the Nintendo Switch. This game released, I believe, on consoles way before and then was ported over to the Nintendo Switch. This game never really connected with me. I don't know what it is. A lot of people like this game. I think it's because you are kind of creating your own Dragon Ball Z character, and then you have to like play through the story, and it just never really clicked with me. So I never really finished this game. Maybe I'll give it another shot, but I wouldn't recommend this game. It didn't work for me. It might work for you, but for me personally, this is a non-recommend. So this would be technically the first game out of all the ones that I've shown so far that I wouldn't recommend. After that, we have Gundam Breaker 4, and this is actually a newer game I picked up recently. I haven't gotten too much time to play with it. From what I have played though, I do enjoy it. It's really fun. The combat is nice. It's very chaotic while you're playing. It is an online game. You could play a little bit of single player, but for the most part, I believe it's online. It is cool though to go around battling with your own customized Gundam and facing other people and seeing how they all customize their Gundams. It's very cool. I need to play some more of this, and maybe I'll show some gameplay on the channel one day. But yeah, I would say this is a recommend. I would probably wait for a sale, just because I believe I paid like full price for this, like 60 bucks, and I haven't played it enough to justify that price. But I am a Gundam fan. I build the figures from time to time and things like that. So it was cool, and I will probably be playing this a lot more often in the future. This one, this one is a funny one. Has Been Heroes. I don't know if you guys remember this game here. It came out right around the launch, and it was notorious for being terrible. And the reason I picked it up is because I found it on sale for like really cheap. I think at a GameStop or something. And it was at the time where I was like thinking that I was gonna be able to collect like every physical Switch game, and then over the years I kind of just gave up on that because, you know, money and just like the availability of things were like limited run games and things like that. It just made it very hard. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give up on that. But this was a funny game. I played a little bit of it, but I definitely would not recommend it. I remember it being very bare bones. It is basically like, I don't even know what studio, Game Trust. Yeah, it's very, you could tell that this was like a trying to just make money when the Switch launched type game, and hey, it worked with me. I ended up spending 10 bucks on it or something. After that, we have Hotline Miami Collection, sorry. And I cannot recommend this game more than anything else. Like, this game is one of my favorite games of all time, especially the first one. Second one is just as good too, but that first game, I originally played it back in the day on Vita, beat it on the Vita, and then as soon as it came out on Switch, I knew I had to get a physical edition because I love this game so much. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I always find myself coming back to this game. I could play this game a million times. I'll never get tired of it. The story is awesome. The gameplay is awesome. Really fun. Definitely recommend this if you've never played it. And if you get the physical edition, it's kind of a cool little piece of history, I feel like. So I'm definitely going to hold on to this as long as I could. I love this game. I can't say more than that. Like, this is just a great game. Highly recommend. Like I said, if you haven't played it, please go play Hotline Miami, especially the first one. After that, we have Immortals Fenyx Rising. I love this game when it first came out. It is definitely a Breath of the Wild clone, but it is fun. It is very fun. And the Greek mythology is cool. They do a lot of things actually better than Breath of the Wild in this game too. I wouldn't say it's a better game, obviously. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time, and probably one of the best games of all time. But this game takes a lot of those things that worked in Breath of the Wild and improves in a lot of things. It's just the story kind of lacks a little bit compared to Breath of the Wild, but it is very fun. There's a lot of fun things to do in this game. There's a lot of customization where your character, and there's just cool puzzles, dungeons. The bosses are awesome. It's a hard game at times too, but it's very fun. And I ended up completing this game and I loved it. It was really good. I even played back in the day. I think I did a video on it on this channel a long time ago, and it was like a Netflix collaboration that they had in the game, and it was really cool. It was fun. Recommend this game. I think you could pick it up for relatively cheap on the eShop, and maybe you could find a physical edition out there still, but yeah, really cool. And next we have Jump Force Deluxe Edition. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I do not remember even playing this game, so I would have to take a look and see if I enjoyed this game. I think it's just a fighting game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a fighting game. I did used to play the Jump Force games back in the day on Nintendo DS, and I believe there was a PSP or PS Vita game at one point, and they're cool. This one, I believe, I don't remember if it's an arena fighter or a like side-scrolling fighter. I believe it might be an arena fighter, but from what I remember, there's a weird story where you could like kind of collaborate with each of these guys and find other people. It was cool. It just kind of felt like one of those like bare bones games, and I just kind of fell off of it from what I remember. I don't know if I'll ever go back to this game, but it's nice to have in the collection, and maybe one day I'll end up playing it. The way I look at these physical games too is it's just a good insurance policy for if those Nintendo Switch servers ever go down one day and we're not able to play those digital games. Because I do own a lot of games on the eShop, digital games as well. And I'm always worried about the way that those games might disappear one day just because they're not physical, you know? So the way I look at these is like, these are going to be my library for when I'm an old man and I just want to play something on my Nintendo Switch. I could just pick something out and have a blast. So after that, we have Kirby Star Allies. I had a blast with this game. Not too many people like it. I completely 100%ed this game. I love Kirby games. I know they're simple, they're easy, they're very like kid-proof, but I always have a blast playing them. They're always fun. You can play co-op with this as well. It's a good game, in my opinion. If you like classic Kirby, then you can't go wrong with this one. Actually, I might end up playing this again one of these days, just because I like Kirby. Kirby gets too much hate. Actually, I haven't played Forgotten Lands yet, so that's one that I want to pick up soon. And then, of course, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the very first Nintendo Switch game I ever owned. Got it on launch day with my Nintendo Switch, my original Nintendo Switch. Lined up outside of Best Buy, picked this up, and the red and blue Nintendo Switch. No, actually, I got the black Joy-Cons, the gray Joy-Cons Nintendo Switch. And this game, I picked it up at Best Buy in Soho in New York, lined up for the midnight release. Awesome experience. I remember coming home and playing this at like 2 in the morning after all of that and having a blast and playing all night. And that's one of those memories that I'll never forget. And then just playing this game, I played this game for 6 months before I even did anything with the story. It was my first like really experience playing an open world game, and I think it was the perfect experience for that. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. I remember beating Ganon finally after a long time. I took my time with this game and it was perfect. I felt like I was actually an adventurer in this game. Sadly though, I do have a sad story about this. The actual cartridge I lost. I ended up losing my Nintendo Switch on an airplane one day, and I was carrying, it was in a carrying case that held multiple games, and this was one of the games because I was doing a new playthrough right before Tears of the Kingdom came out. So, and when I ended up getting the Switch back, I had to file a report with the airline and all that, and eventually I got my Switch returned to me because one of the workers had found it. So they sent it to me, and when I got it in the mail, the games were gone. So it was Breath of the Wild, it was Pokemon Violet, and it was, sadly, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars cartridge, which is a very rare cartridge now. So I'm very sad about that, but like I figured, the games are a little easier to get when they're loose. So I'll just keep the case, and then one day I'll pick up those games again. But very sad story, but like I said, best game. If you don't have this game and you own a Nintendo Switch, then I don't know what you're doing. It's an amazing game. Make sure you play this if you haven't. Probably my favorite game of all time. Crazy. After that, we have another Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. This is what I'm currently playing right now. I'm playing through this on my Nintendo Switch Lite. I think I'm like very near the end of it. I do take my time with games. I don't get too much time to game often, so that's a big reason why I do these videos as well, because it helps me show the games that I'm playing currently, and it kind of keeps me on track to beat those games so that I can have something else to talk about in the near future. So I love this game so far. I'm enjoying it. I love the original for the Game Boy back in the day as well. Great game. The art style is, some people hate it. I love it. I think it's cool. It's very like chibi style, but it fits the game a lot because the game is very kid friendly, but it does have some hard puzzles, and sometimes I had to go to the little old man's house and call the phone to understand what to do next, because this game could keep you in the blinds a little bit sometimes. So it's a fun game, great game. I would recommend this to anyone as well. Really fun game. After that, we have another Legend of Zelda game, and this one's Skyward Sword HD. So I never got to play this game when it originally released. So when I heard it was coming out, I was like, yep, I'm jumping on that. I know people hate the controls. They kind of fixed them a little bit here with the motion controls, as well as the camera is still funky. I do have to go back and beat this game eventually. I got pretty deep into it, but something distracted me. But from what I played, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. A little bit of a hidden gem, I feel like. And yeah, I would recommend this too. I will go back and play this game one day for sure, and hopefully beat it. And then after that, we have one more Legend of Zelda game, and that is Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously, we all know what this is, the successor to Breath of the Wild, an amazing great game. I loved every moment of this game as well. I do have to go back and finish it, another one. I got like pretty deep into it, and then I kind of just didn't want to play anymore, but it wasn't like a reflection of the game. It was more like I wanted something different at that time. So I don't remember what I was playing instead, but I think it might have been something on my PlayStation 5, and it just distracted me from this. And then when I came back to try to play this, I felt like I had lost a lot of the context of the story. So I needed to I think I need to maybe start a restart of this game, reset myself, and just go in like a new game and see how it goes from there. And I'll probably enjoy it from then. So be on the lookout. I might start a whole new replay of this, and then I might give you guys my actual ideas on this game. For now, what I will say, I did enjoy Breath of the Wild more than this. Just because I feel like Breath of the Wild was a little more condensed, and I appreciated that. This, when you add the element of being in the sky, it kind of like threw me off a little bit, and then you have the powers of being able to go into the cave and the dungeon. It's a lot, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it a lot once I fully enthrall myself into it. But at the moment, I would still rank Breath of the Wild over this, but I still need to complete this in order to actually say which one I would like, which one I prefer more. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which one is better, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? After that, we have Lemon Cake, and this one's a little bit of a weird one. So this is actually a game that I picked up for my wife, and she loved it. My wife has a Nintendo Switch Lite. She has the pink one. She picked it up. I picked it up for her when Animal Crossing released, because she's a huge Animal Crossing fan. So I ended up getting her the pink Switch Lite, and then after a while with Animal Crossing, obviously she fell off of that, and then she kind of had the Switch in the dust for a long time, not playing much. So I picked this up for her on one of her birthdays, and she loved it. She fell in love with this game. It's basically like a Cooking Mama type game where you have like your own shop, but there's a lot of other elements, like there's a cat cafe in there, and you have like your own like farming in the back, so you make your own desserts based on like the ingredients you get from the animals. So there's a lot of like different aspects that you have to like make sure you take care of. And she really liked it. She ended up 100% beating the game. So if you like those type of games, I recommend it. It's not my type of game, but if you like these type of games, I definitely recommend it because she loved it. And if she loved it, then I think you would love it as well. All right, and then the last one out of this pile right here is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think everyone who owns a Switch basically owns this game, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail into it, but obviously great game, fun game, love this game. Still the best game when it comes to having like friends partying or whatever you're doing, like some co-op or not co-op, couch gameplay. If you're sitting around with a couple friends, this is the perfect game to throw on. Everyone knows Mario Kart, everyone knows how to play Mario Kart for the most part. And I remember having really good times with this, with the Joy-Con, the little Joy-Con controllers when the Switch first came out, and just having people over the house and playing with a bunch of friends and everyone having a blast. So obviously, if you don't own this game, high recommendation. All right, we're gonna go to our second pile now, and we are at Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I really like this game. A lot of people are a little iffy about these games. Yeah, they're like tactical games. They're not your classic Mario. You are fighting in a grid-based fight basically, and you teaming up with the Rabbids to go against whatever, like these monster things and all these things. It was fun. I didn't play the second one, and I don't know if I would play the second one because this game I feel like was enough. I didn't even need more of it. But I do remember having a blast playing this game, and it's fun. Anything with Mario is pretty much always going to be a fun time. So definitely recommend if you're into these type of games. But I can see why people wouldn't like this game as well. And now we're into Mario. So Mario Tennis Aces. I actually, funny enough, ended up getting this game for free. It was through one of my previous jobs had like a reward system where after a couple of things you could order something off of like a store, and they had Switch games, and out of all the Switch games that they had available, this was the only one I didn't have. And I love Mario Tennis, so I was like, hey, I'll take that. So I ended up getting this for free. Fun time, love it. I love playing multiplayer. I love Mario Tennis. It's not as good as the N64 version or even GameCube or the GBA, all of those. I feel like those were all better, but this is still good, you know, and it's still Mario Tennis, and you're gonna have a blast playing it, especially if you're playing with friends. So I recommend it, definitely. And then we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I really like this game. I like the Ultimate Alliance games. I used to like them back in the day, and having it on the Switch, I believe this was a Switch exclusive as well. Really fun, really good. I paid full price for this game, and I would pay full price for it again. The amount of characters are ridiculous. They have everyone in this game. Anyone from Marvel that you could think of is in this game, and it's really fun to find those teams of 3 that you would like, kind of like in Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom back in the day, when you would have like all types of like random teams as your team. I love doing that type of thing. I usually have Wolverine on my team because I'm a huge Wolverine guy. I like using Miles Morales. Venom is fun. Spider-Man's fun. Captain America. They're all fun. They all have their own unique abilities. It is a pretty basic game. It's very like beat 'em up, and it's not gonna blow your mind, but it's a good time and it's fun, and it has co-op, and the co-op is fun as well. So if you have some friends to play with, I think it's pretty cool. All right, next up we have Mega Man 11, and I gotta be honest with this one. I don't think I played this much. I think I got this, I don't remember when. I believe it was in a GameStop for a cheap price, so I just ended up picking it up. And it's a fine game, but I just, in the moment when I got it, I wasn't in the mood for Mega Man. So maybe I'll go back to this one day if I ever get in the mood for it. But yeah, if you're a Mega Man fan, sure, why not? Might as well grab a game and add it to your collection. But I couldn't personally recommend it just because I haven't played enough of it. But maybe one day. Next up, we have Metal Gear Solid 1, Volume 1, the Master Collection. This is pretty cool. As soon as this came out, I was like, I need to pick this up. And then it went on sale for about 20 bucks, and I was like, yeah, I need to get that. I want my Nintendo Switch basically to have as much historical games as possible. So besides these physical games, I also have like major collections on my device from the eShop. So I have like the BioShock collection, I have the Borderlands collection, I have Grand Theft Auto collection. I kind of like having all of those classic games on that device just because it's really cool to have all of these games that are 10 out of 10s basically on this small handheld device that you could own forever. And hopefully, you know, the eShop doesn't like remove any games or things like that, but just in case I have some physical ones as well. The only thing about this is that you do need to download some of the games. So I believe the only game that's actually on the cartridge is the original Metal Gear and the like the bonus games, the NES games and things like that. And then you have to download the other games, unfortunately. So it is one of those weird ones where you don't really get all of the games on the cartridge, which does suck. But at the end of the day, it's cool to have Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 on the Nintendo Switch. Highly recommend this. These are classic games. I love all 3 of these games, and I think you'll enjoy them as well. After that, we have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This is a remake or port of the Wii U game. Very fun to play with friends and all of that. Actually, I just realized I went out of order with this one, but it's all good. This one must have been randomly in the pile, but this is a really fun game. It's your classic Mario platformer. Really fun. It is the style of New Super Mario, so the same that you would find on the DS or the Wii. So a lot of people don't like that art style. I don't mind it, but it was fun, very good, and I recommend it if you have someone else to play with as well, because it's fun to go along and play co-op for sure. Especially if you're playing with like a kid or something. It's an easy game for the most part. This is a special one here. This is Okami, but this is the Japanese edition. I imported this game from PlayAsia just because I love this game. I always love this game, and I wanted the physical edition, and this one just looks so cool with all the Japanese text on it. The art style of the cover is amazing. This game looks beautiful on the Nintendo Switch, especially the OLED edition. Highly recommend if you're able to find this out there. Comes with a little booklet as well. It's really cool. I like it. It's the Japanese edition, so it feels a little special. It feels like one of the more special games in my collection. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. If you never play this game, definitely recommend it, because it has one of the most beautiful art styles I've ever seen in a video game. And it's basically a Zelda, but you're a dog. And after that, we have Pokemon Legend Arceus. I like this game a lot. It did get a little tedious having to catch like the multiple Pokemons just to get them to like get more stats and all that stuff. I like the direction of this game, and you could tell that this is one of the big major steps into getting to that 3D environment for Pokemon, and hopefully one day we'll get a game fully in this style. I didn't really like the Pokemon Violet style as much as I like this one. This one I felt like was a little more like tight, and I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend this game if you haven't played it. It's cool. It's different from your normal Pokemon, but you're gonna have a good time, and it has a cool lore and about the Pokemon, and you kind of understand more about the world, the Pokemon, if you play through this game, which is cool. After that, we're in our Pokemon section now. So we're in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Another fun game. This is basically a remake of Red, Blue, Yellow, and it's awesome. It's fun. It's everything you ever wanted, I feel like, from one of those games, like a remake of those games. It does have the motion controls for catching. I did get the edition that comes with a little Pokeball that's pictured here. So that's fun too, a fun little gimmick to throw your Pokeball. Or pretend you're throwing your Pokeball. But yeah, I love this game. Fun game, great game, classic Pokemon. I would recommend this if you're into Pokemon. And this is a good game to get for someone who's never played a Pokemon, or a younger kid who wants to get into Pokemon. I think this is a good start for them, because it does kind of hold your hand a little bit and explain a lot of like the lore, as well as it's only the original 151 Pokemon, I believe. So it's a little easier. You're not having to catch 700 or whatever Pokemon, and it's all the classic Pokemon that we all learn to love and know and love, you know. And then after that, we have Pokemon Violet. Sadly, this is another one of the games that I ended up losing on that plane ride. I never got to beat it. I will one day buy that and play through it again. I did enjoy it for what it was. It definitely had some hiccups on this device. You could tell the Switch was struggling to run it. I don't know if that's a Switch issue or a Game Freak issue, the developers of this game. I think it's more likely a developer issue, because we've seen way more graphically intense games that played perfectly on the Switch. So hopefully the next iteration, I believe the next one is called Pokemon ZA, that they've kind of been teasing. Hopefully the next iteration comes out and kind of just amplifies and builds upon what this game brought to the table. I believe that new game will probably come out for the Switch, but it might be a Switch 2 game. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, if you haven't played this game, I recommend it if you're a Pokemon fan for sure. And hopefully one day I get to go back and beat this game. After that, we have a kind of like a rare hidden gem, Portal Knights. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about this game. So this game is very underrated, I think. It's like a Minecraft, but a lot more action. There is the building factor, but you have like way more missions and things like that. It's a lot more mission based. It's an action RPG, but within like a Minecraft type environment. and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Minecraft, but if I had to play a Minecraft style game, I would prefer something like this where you have actual like story and adventure going into it. So if you're into Minecraft and you want a little more from it, a little more of a story, a little more action, then I recommend this right here, Portal Knights Hidden Gem. After that, we have one of the best games of the year. That's right, this came out this year. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Beautiful game. This game looks amazing on the OLED Switch. I definitely recommend it. I think I have a gameplay video on the channel of myself playing this game, and I believe you could get this around 20 bucks now, which is a huge steal. There's a ton of content for this game. DLC is being dropped all the time, and it's really fun, really good, challenging at times. I would definitely recommend this. I actually have to go back and beat it, but I loved every moment that I played so far. This is on my backlog right now. I will get back to this eventually, and I can't wait to get back to it because it is beautiful. The combat is great, and it's really fun. After that, we have Rayman Legends, the definitive edition. This one right here, I believe I got around the Switch launch, and it's your classic Rayman, pretty fun. I don't know if you guys are fans of the Rayman series, but I always loved these games growing up. I used to play the 3D version on N64, I believe, and PS1 maybe. And great game, fun game. This is a side scroller, really cool platform levels, challenging but fun, and all types of weird art styles and fun like monsters and dragons and things that you're beating and fighting, and everything is fun in this game. I highly recommend it. I believe it has co-op as well. Yep, 1 to 4 players. So cool game to play if you want to play some couch co-op and things like that. Fun game, recommend for sure. After that, we have Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered. This game, honestly, I don't think I would recommend anymore. I played this game a long time ago, back on the day on the Xbox 360, and I enjoyed it back then. So I thought when it came out on the Switch as a remastered edition, as they like to call it, I was like, hell yeah, let's pick that up. Let's go. I ended up picking it up on sale, I believe, off of Amazon. And when I got it, I played 1 or 2 levels, and I don't know, it wasn't sticking to me. The smashing environments and all that, it was such a big gimmick during the Xbox 360 days, because it was like one of the first games of its kind where like anything you see you could destroy basically. And now we've seen that so much since then that it didn't hit as much. So I don't know, if you guys love this game, then I recommend it. For me, I would say maybe pick it up on sale, but I don't know, it doesn't really hit with me anymore. After that, we have a rare one here, Rocket League. So I ended up picking up this game before I went free to play, and that is pretty cool. So I'm definitely gonna keep this in my collection. I feel like this is like a weird like relic of time, because this game is now completely free to play. I don't think there's any way to get a physical edition of this game anymore. So I'm definitely going to keep on to this and make sure that this is something I hold on to in the future, because you never know, it might be worth something one day. So really cool. I enjoyed the game. Rocket League is Rocket League. I think everyone knows what Rocket League is. If you don't, it is soccer, but you're playing as a car. And if that sounds cool to you, try it out. It's fun. Obviously, you can get it on the eShop for free now, and it's also available on all consoles, PC, all that. Great game. Everyone loves Rocket League. It's fun time. You know what that is about already. And then after that, we have 2 Saints Row games, the Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4 Reelected. These games are fun. These games are great. They're Grand Theft Auto clones basically, but they have a little more of a wacky story. Weird things happen. In this one, you basically are a superhero, and it's cool. Like it's honestly fun. This one, the opening of this game is really awesome. Really cool. But yeah, after a while, these games get a little funny, and it's like you basically are just running around committing crimes and destroying things. And then you have like aliens involved and all types of weird, wacky stuff. But it's fun and it's cool. I would recommend these if you want some of like that Grand Theft Auto style gameplay. A little more wacky, is more like the original Grand Theft Autos than I would say like Grand Theft Auto 5, and those going forward is more like a in the style of GTA 3 or San Andreas or Vice City. But yeah, they run well on the Switch and they're fun games, and if you get them on sale, I would definitely recommend those. And now we're on to our last pile. Let me bring that over here. And we'll start with Scribblenauts Showdown. I don't know about you guys, but I love these games growing up on the Nintendo DS. So when it came out on the Switch, I had to grab it, and it's fun. It's a good time. It's just like any other Scribblenauts game where you have to write in what you want to like create in the game, and it's pretty cool. There's all types of little like Easter eggs in there and things like that. And there is a party style version of it where you could play with friends and things like that. I don't think I've tried that too much, but the actual single player game is fun and it's classic Scribblenauts. I don't know if you guys ever played Scribblenauts, then you know exactly what this game is about. It's a very fun concept, and I always love these games. Hopefully they make some more of these in the future. And then we have Splatoon 2. This was my first Splatoon game. I never played Splatoon before. I picked this up when it first dropped on the Switch, and I liked it. It was pretty cool, awesome. I don't know if I would ever play another Splatoon game. It was kind of one of those things where I got super into it when I played it, and then I never went back to it. So, and I don't think I ever played the story of it. I was just playing multiplayer all the time because the multiplayer is really fun. So yeah, obviously I think most people know what Splatoon is, so definitely recommend Splatoon 2. There's a 3 now since this has come out, so I haven't touched Splatoon 3, but I'm sure that one's just as good. But yeah, this is great. There is a single player campaign as well. It's very bare bones, but definitely worth it. This is a fun one, Starlink Battle for Atlas. And I don't know if you guys remember this game when it first came out. It came with like a toy, and like a Star Fox toy and all that. And I have that somewhere. I believe I might have given it to my nephew at one point to play around with. But this is a weird game. It's almost like a Star Fox game because it does have Star Fox content in it. And you could fly Star Fox's plane, and you could play as Cloud Fox, Fox McCloud. You can play as Fox McCloud, and you get to, it's basically like a weird Star Fox type game, but this is fun, and lots of like space shooting, things like that. It was good for the time that I played it. I haven't beaten it, so I don't know if I could give it a full recommendation, but it is pretty cool, and the whole toy aspect was interesting because you would use the toys and you would plug it into your Joy-Cons, I believe, and that would like give you parts in the game for your ship. It was cool. It was an interesting concept. It didn't last long because people weren't going to buy all those toys and things like that, but the actual gameplay was fun, and if you like space shooters, then yeah, I recommend this one for sure. And then next up we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I have to admit, guys, I have not played through this game. I played through the first like 2 or 3 levels, and then I got distracted by something. As you could tell, that happens a lot in my gaming life. But this is a really good game, fun game. From what I played, I definitely will go back and play through this game. I love Mario platformers, so I don't know why I haven't done it. I'm gonna add this to my backlog. I'm gonna put this as a game to play very soon. As soon as I've finished a couple other games, this is up on my list for sure. And then we have the classic Super Mario Odyssey. In my opinion, this and Breath of the Wild are the 2 best games on Switch. If you really want to think about it, these are the most unique games. They're very cool, and I feel like they define the Nintendo Switch. If you have a Nintendo Switch and you don't have Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, then I don't know what else you might have. You know, like those are the 2 games that I was most looking forward to when the Switch came out, and I can't believe that we got the 2 best games on the device, in my opinion, in the first year. And the Switch has a great library, but it's just like there was nothing like when I first booted this up, played through it, loved every second of it. Really good memories with this game. My nephews love this game as well, so I have some good memories of just watching them play as they grew up over the years. And yeah, I can't recommend this game enough, especially if you have children or little kids around you. For some reason, this game just helps them gravitate towards it. If you want your kid to get into gaming, this is a good one right here. It might take your Switch though, and you'll never see it again. And next up, another sad one that I unfortunately lost the cartridge on that airplane, and now this game is going for like $100 on eBay at the lowest end. So really sad about that one. Of course, this is a limited run. You're never going to be able to get the physical edition again, sadly. It is the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. Includes Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Like I said, I did lose the cartridge, unfortunately, and that was before I even got to play through Sunshine or Galaxy. I played through 64, beat it, and then I was gonna jump onto Sunshine on that airplane, and then of course I ended up losing that. So, all good though. I will eventually pick up just the loose cartridge, hopefully, since I already have the case, and hopefully I won't have to spend too much since I'll just be going after that cartridge. But yeah, I recommend this, but obviously it's hard to get now, and you can't even get it on the eShop, which is sad. I don't know why they even made the eShop version limited, but Nintendo makes weird decisions, right? So, weird Nintendo decisions. Next up, we're in the Super Mario World now. So Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Great game, classic games. I recommend them. Super Mario 3D World is really fun to play through with some friends. And then Bowser's Fury is kind of like a sneak peek, I think, into where the Mario series is gonna go. Really cool 3D environment. It looks really good. And I'm hoping that we get a full game in this style one day because it's really cool. And 3D World is just awesome. It introduces the cat mechanic. I believe this is the first game with the cat mechanic, and it's just a whole bunch of laughs when you're playing with friends. It's really fun. Even if you don't have friends, I recommend watching some videos of people streaming this game with their friends because it's always funny. So definitely a good one to watch, or watch someone play or play yourself. And then we're getting towards the end here. That's right, we went through 44 games in this video, guys, and we got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What a game, man. The Ultimate Edition of Super Smash Bros. You have all the characters here. Incredible game. I still pop this in my Switch from time to time just to play through a couple matches, get those spirits that are available. It's just a fun time, man. And they kind of just really figured out the formula of like getting people hooked to this type of game where you can unlock all those little spirits. It's great, man. The character, the roster on this is wild, ridiculous. There's so many characters all across the Nintendo universe as well as others. It's really cool. Shout out to the Smash Brothers team for making the Ultimate Edition of this game. I don't even know where they would go from here. Do they make another Smash Brothers, or do they just keep iterating on this because it is the Ultimate Edition, basically? Interested to see where they go with that one. But yeah, let's see. The final two games are actually interesting because they're my two newest games. Games I haven't even opened yet. They're both in their shrink wrap still, as you could tell. And here it is, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, and then The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. The reason I haven't opened these yet is because I'm not ready to play them yet, so I figured why open them. I will be playing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom most likely next, after I finish Link's Awakening. That's the reason why I'm playing through Link's Awakening, just because the art style is very similar. And I wanted to play through Link's Awakening before I played this, just because I've had that in my backlog for so long. So I figured might as well play that before I get this. So I've been very patient, and that's the reason why I haven't opened these two, because I know if I open them, I'm going to pop them in the Switch and just start playing. And I can't do that right now because I'm trying to play through my actual games. So yeah, I can't wait to get through this and play this, and then I will be playing Dragon Quest III. So I can't wait to play through this Dragon Quest game. It'll be my first Dragon Quest game that I ever played fully through. I'm excited to play through this. From what I hear, this is the origin of the Dragon Quest story, and it is that beautiful HD 2D style that I can't wait to see how it looks on the OLED Switch. So yeah, I'll be playing this soon after I finish a couple of other games. Most likely play Echoes of Wisdom first and then this, but yeah, that is my full Nintendo Switch physical collection. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this type of video. I just wanted to try something a little new. I know people like seeing collections and seeing like a full collection like mine. I thought it would be pretty awesome, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know what game out of this whole list that I have here you recommend playing. Let me know what game you would want me to play on the channel if there's any, and also let me know if there's a physical game that I should be going after that is rare things like that. Please just let me know what's going on when it comes to these physical Switch games, because I'm trying to be a collector, but I know that it's basically impossible to have everyone. But if there's something out there that you guys think would be cool and would benefit my collection, that'd be awesome. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like always, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and peace.